What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the O'Shea Vlogcast channel. I am your host, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Today, I'm with one of my original partners. I'm talking about before I came to YouTube, before I came to Poland. I mean, me and this brother was making big names on Facebook and on Blog Talk radio shows. He helped me with that. And now, even behind the scenes, he helps with the marketing in the Negro Manosphere. I'm talking about the one and only Joe Moss. What's going on, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. And he got a bunch of bitches too. A bunch. But that's another topic today. We got to get into that because he got some stories for your ass. Or these Facebook groups. I'm telling you, listen. That's y'all niggas don't know shit. He have you fucked up. Today we're talking about why you left Jehovah's Witnesses. You were a Christian. Now I believe you are. I don't know. Are you atheist? Are you agnostic now? Or
I'm just not in no religion right now. I don't have a religious preference right now.
Okay. So I remember when I met you.
I'm not. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Say what I'm saying.
So it ain't that I don't believe in God. I do, but I don't have a religion. I don't believe in religion, I should say. I just live my life.
Let me ask you, because you were a devout Jehovah's Witness for many years. Talk to us about where you started off with religion. Like, how you grew up. I believe you were Baptist, and then kind of talk about going into the Watchtower Society. Kind of take us back through that page if you can.
Well, I grew up Pentecostal until I was about, I say 13.
Mm-hmm.
I was Pentecostal. Then when I turned 13, my uncle became the head of a Baptist church. So we just switched to the Baptist church. Now it really didn't seem any different to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right. So it didn't seem I really couldn't see the difference. So we was Baptist. So from 13 to about 20, I became a Jehovah Witness, and I was about to say 21 when I became a Jehovah Witness. No, 22. I was about to be 22. And the way that happened was I had got arrested. And when I got arrested, they put me in the county jail. And of course, like most niggas, my ass wanted to find religion because I was in jail, right? So I said, all right. So my ass, not knowing how much time I'd be doing and wanting to go the fuck home, I said, you know what, man? You get these jail cells. Some niggas become Muslim, and some niggas start reading the Bible. I started reading the damn Bible. So I read the Bible, and some guy saw me. And he came up to me, and he was like, I see you read the Bible. I got some books that can help you understand it better. So, I said, all right. I said, all right. I checked them out, and it made sense to me. So I ended up, then of course, found out later he was a Jehovah Witness. Or the books came from the Watchtower Society, I should say. Mm-hmm. And I started studying. When I got out of the county jail, obviously when you fresh out of jail, you still got that religion in you and you think you're going to do it. At least that's what I thought when I got out. So I kind of went hard at it for some years. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I ended up becoming a Jehovah Witness. That's how I got to the point where I became a Jehovah Witness. That's what led to kind of, in a nutshell, the steps that got me to where I finally became a Jehovah Witness.
Okay, so when you made up your mind that you wanted to become a Jehovah's Witness, what, number one, did your family think about it? And then number two, what were the steps that you had to take?
Well, no, my family didn't approve of it at all. They was like, they were like, what? Because we ain't grow up believing that. So basically I was on my own on that one, but I lived way in a whole nother state away from my family.
Mm-hmm.
And So it didn't really matter. It didn't affect me because I was all the way on the West Coast and my family was on the East Coast.
Mhm.
So my family in opposition to it didn't really affect me. It really didn't matter because I was in a whole nother state, way on the other side of the country where I didn't have to worry about holidays. I didn't have to worry about the pressure of holidays. I didn't have to worry about them running, trying to have birthday parties for my son. Stuff like that. I didn't have to worry about all that because I was on the other side.
Mhm.
Now, so what was the second part of your question?
So, I mean, what did you have to do to get into the Jehovah's
Oh,
Witnesses?
what did I have to do? What I had to do first, you got to study. I mean,
Okay.
you got to extensively study. You got to extensively study the Bible. Like you just can't just go in and just say, okay, I want to be one. Like you got to really study. So and I did more studying to become a Jehovah's Witness than I did in damn school. So
Wow.
then once you study, you go to what they call the elders. That's a group of men that's kind of over the congregation, whatever congregation you're in.
Mhm.
Well, wait a minute. Let me back up. I'm skipping parts because it might be some people listed as there was Jehovah's Witnesses and they gonna think I'm making up stuff. First, you have to go to whoever you study in the Bible with, because you get a person that studies with you until you get baptized. So first, you tell the person that you were studying with that you ready to become a what they call it. See, I've been out so many years, I done forgot some stuff.
Mhm.
Um, unbaptized publisher. That's what
Okay.
they call it. That's when you could go out in the field and knock on the doors and talk to people and offer Bible studies before you get baptized. That means you on your way to get baptized, you close, but they just haven't had a convention or anything like that to baptize you yet. But the next one, you probably getting baptized.
Mhm.
So I became an unbaptized publisher, and the elders ask you all these questions to see what you know. So once you become an unbaptized publisher, basically just waiting to get baptized now. So those are the steps to become a Jehovah Witness. You're
Mhm.
not really a Jehovah Witness until you get baptized. So you can study forever until you actually get baptized. You just a person coming to the meetings, basically. So those are the steps that you got to take to become a Jehovah Witness.
Okay, so once you decided that you were going to be baptized into the Jehovah's Witnesses, what was that experience like for you? If you can remember it, how did you
What
feel?
you mean? Once I decided I was going to do it,
Yes.
well, I was happy with the decision because at the time it was the religion I believed in.
Mhm.
And I was comfortable doing it. I mean, I didn't feel like I was making any mistakes or anything like that. I didn't know as much as I know now. I mean, I know a lot now. It's not an easy religion to stay in. I mean, you got to really be. It's not. And plus, I would get up and go out in the field early in the morning. And when I say go out in the field, I mean that's when you go out and talk to people.
Mhm.
So then they got certain things called like pioneers. And some of these words might be foreign unless you actually studied the religion. So to people that's listening, what a pioneer is a person that does a certain amount of hours every month.
Mhm.
When I was a witness, it was you had to do 70 hours a month out in the field talking to people. Then you had what's called it's two different types of pioneers. I can't remember what the other one that was called to do 50 hours a month. So I became a pioneer. And my behind, I completely overdid it. I would say that I wasn't balanced with it. Like I went overboard with it, like I do with a lot of stuff. So I'll never forget me and this guy. We went out in field service. We went out in field service for 2 straight days,
Mhm.
right? And we didn't sleep or nothing. We just talking to people about the Bible for 2 whole days. So of course I liked it. That's why I got into it. I liked it a lot. So it was good for me when I first got it.
Let me talk about the process of you having to knock on doors, you having to talk to people that you don't know, who are going to be probably rude or abrasive to you. How do you get
Yeah.
trained to do that, and what does your mindset have to be as a person, as a Jehovah Witness, to blatantly, go up to people that you don't know, unpaid, 50, 70 hours a week? How do you get ready for something like that?
Well, basically, the way they teach you how to talk to people in the field is they got this school called the theocratic ministry school. And in a theocratic ministry school, they teach you how to deal with all different situations out in the field. They teach you all the different, you learn different versions of the Bible because every version is not the same. So you don't know what version, because like the Witnesses use New World Translation version of the Bible. But the majority of people I know, at least in America, use King James. So you got to know how things are worded in pretty much every version that you might run across. You got to be prepared for everything. I mean, they prepared you. Don't get me wrong. They prepared you for whatever somebody's going to throw at you. But even with that, you're going to have people that's going to be belligerent. They're going to not like the fact that you knock on their door early on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning or whatever. They, you know, they might, you don't know what they might do. They might try to fight you, sick a dog on you. It ain't always the safest thing in the world to do, I tell you that much. But you feel like you're doing it for God, so you do it. You know? But we didn't have guns pulled out on us, dogs sick, I mean, all that stuff. And you feel like, okay, you think about it. The way we look at it is you being persecuted for doing what God wants you to do. And most people, when they really into a religion, they're going to do what they feel God wants them to do. I don't care what religion you are. Most people are going to do that, whether you're Muslim, Hindu, I don't care what you are. Most people are going to do what they feel that the God of whoever religion they choose wants them to do. So that's what we felt. So that was our motivation. And that's how I was able to go out and do all that. And that's why it didn't really bother me, because I felt like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing.
I see.
I think did that answer your question?
Yeah, very, very much so.
Okay.
Let me talk to you about the pressures of maybe getting married to somebody in the religion. I know you were married before, but I don't know if your wife was a Jehovah's Witness or not. But can you talk to us about how that worked out in the religion?
All right, so basically, I was married twice. Now, my first wife, which is my son's mother, we got separated and already filed the divorce papers before I even became a witness. So when I became a witness, that was over. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. Now that's where it get difficult at, because number one, a man has needs, right? And you can't do anything unless you married, but you can't marry anybody but another witness. So I was trying to like get married. I was like, well, shoot, I need to get married then, so I don't fall victim. I was like, but it's not that easy though, because, and sadly, and it's probably like this in other, it was like this in church too. But sadly, that's kind of like a hierarchy. You know, that's kind of like if you're not at a certain level, nobody really gonna give you the time of day, because if you're not a pioneer, a ministerial servant, or an elder, it's highly unlikely you're gonna get a good woman. It's highly unlikely, and it's kind of, and you know, a lot of witnesses hate to admit that, but that's the honest to goodness truth. And they actually look down on it if you try to date somebody that's not one of those three things, but they feel like if he's not one of these three things, he haven't showed that he really loved God enough to make it to those three things, because it comes from constantly going to the meetings, keeping up with your studies, going out in the field service a lot, and basically saying that's how you show that you really love God. So it's kind of looked down on. Like if a person came, like me being a newly baptized person, for me to date a girl that was a witness would have been very difficult unless she was new too. Now, the girl I was trying to date while I was a witness, she was just turned 18. At the time, I was like 22. So, and of course, our parents were like, no, you just 18. You need to. They wanted her to go to Bethel. Bethel is where you go to work for the Jehovah's Witnesses and help make the magazines and things like that. So I was like, all right. So that didn't work out. And I tell you what, man, there's too much temptation. There's a lot of temptation, man, in this world not to be married. So, you know, and that's kind of, honestly, that's kind of what eventually led for me to kind of start slowly drifting away.
Let's talk about, before we get into the drifting away, let's talk about you got baptized. What were some of the things that you could not do besides fornicate that were maybe a little bit different from other religions? What were some of the rules that you had to follow that you couldn't do anymore? Talk about some of those things as it relates to after your baptism?
Well, you don't celebrate. I'm pretty sure we all know they don't celebrate holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So that was done and over with. No holidays, no birthdays, anything like that. I mean, it's a very strict. I mean, they really is. I wouldn't say it's strict. It's basically, besides the no holidays, basically everything they tell you to do is in the Bible. You're not supposed to get drunk. They don't want you, obviously, premarital sex, doing drugs, committing crimes, anything like that. The difference is that if you do those things, and I hope I'm not jumping ahead of you,
Mm-hmm.
the difference is if you do those things, you jeopardize to be kicked out of the religion. Whereas in other religions, you can kind of go ask forgiveness. Yes, you can go ahead and ask forgiveness, and and show that you contrite about it and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And Jehovah Witness, you got to tell the elders. If you don't tell the elders and they find out, you almost guaranteed to get disfellowship. Now, 9 times out of 10, they won't disfellowship you the first time you tell them. Trust me, I know. So basically, it's harder to follow the rules because, first of all, we human. We gonna do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we already know we gonna do stuff. It's just that simple. I don't care what you say. You can lay out a bunch of rules. Somebody gonna do some shit they shouldn't be doing eventually. Difference is I never had to go tell on my damn self until I became a witness. So those were some of the rules. That was probably the hardest thing because I did a lot. I wasn't really getting in any trouble, but even something as small as a lie. Like if I tell a lie, you ain't really got to tell that you told a lie, but if you continue telling lies, you got to go tell them. If you take something, even if it's something small, you got to go tell them. If me and you are friends and I see you doing something you shouldn't be doing, and if I don't tell them, I'm in as much trouble as you. So like if you're a witness and I'm a witness, and let's say you have sex with a girl or something, right? And I know about it, if I don't go tell the elders you did this the next day or that night, both of us are going to be in front of them. Answering for the same daggone thing. So it get pretty deep. It get pretty deep, man.
Look, let me ask you, let's talk about the disfellowshipping in that process, because you said that you've been in front of them several times. What was the first time, if you don't mind, when you went in front of them? What was that about?
Well, the first time, what was I in front of them for?
Yeah.
What did they do? Well, I'll just explain the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time it was because I had messed with some chick that obviously wasn't a witness. She was at one of my coworkers, and I went and told them, and I didn't get disfellowship. They take away what they call privileges. Like in a Jehovah Witness organization, it's a privilege to be a pioneer. Like you can go out in the field for 50, 60, 70 hours, but you can't call yourself a pioneer if you want restrictions. It's a privilege to hold the microphone, because you answer questions, and most people have never been to a Kingdom Hall. Some of this is going to sound crazy, or they might not understand what I'm saying, so I'll try to explain the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
When you study in the watchtower at the meetings, they have questions. I don't know if anybody ever seen, if you ever seen a watchtower, they have the story, then they ask you questions. So you raise your hand and answer the question, and then you go and you give the people the microphone so they can answer the question. So that's called a privilege. You can't do that. You can't do nothing. You can't even help clean up the Kingdom Hall. You can't even help clean. You can't do nothing but just come to the meeting where they take your privileges away, because they want to see if you're going to continue this behavior or if you're going to turn around and change. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't turn around and change and you end up in front of them again, I mean, it take a lot to get disfellowship, but once they disfellowship, it take a lot to get back. So if you don't change the behavior, do it again, then they'll take more privileges away until you can't do nothing. They'll take so many privileges away where nobody even talk to you when you come to the meeting no more. You just go to the meeting. Nobody talk to you but the elders. So then if you keep on, if you keep going, and then if you keep on going, then eventually you get disfellowship. You get disfellowship, that means don't nobody talk to you, not even the elders. If you decide to keep going.
Okay. Let me
So,
talk to
you
you
can't.
about.
And
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. And well, I mean, the deepest part about it is, say you my brother,
Mm-hmm.
like my real flesh, like my real blood brother,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you a witness, and I'm a witness, and I get this fellowship. I can't even talk to you. Like you can't talk to me no more, even outside of the kingdom hall. It's like you people they got kids, they got this fellowship, and they really take it serious. Their kids can't even come to their house no more. They don't let their kids come over, none of that. So it's basically like you lose your family and everything. If your family is witnesses and you get this fellowship, you'll lose everything.
Wow.
Everything.
Let
Yep.
me take a little bit of a break, and we'll talk about Brandon Warfield just donated $2 in the super chat. Shout outs to you. Like I said, we got my longtime buddy Joe Moss here, and we have 86 people watching right now. All right, 89. It's probably going to be a little bit more. I appreciate all of you guys. Many of you guys don't know that Joe is one of the reasons why we have a lot of subscribers onto the Negro Manosphere. Him and his team have probably gathered over 2,000 emails for us. So we want to, shout him out for the work that he's doing on Facebook. Me and him used to have plenty of Facebook groups together. We have blog talk radio shows together. So that's why he's such a good guest in doing interviews, because he's very familiar with this. He knows how this kind of setup works. Hopefully we can get our blog talk show back. Thank you, Love or Nothing, with a $10 donation. I see you, player. So I'm gonna get with Joe. Maybe me and Joe can bring the blog talk radio back to YouTube through his new Facebook group, and we'll see if we can do that. What I need you guys to do is to like the video. We have 85 watching now. Thanks for the donations. I appreciate it, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Patreon. Let's get the likes up. 86 people watching, only 26 likes. This is a good show. Let's keep the likes coming up. Joe, let's go back to the discussion about you being disfellowshipped and you actually telling on yourself. Now, were you actually having sex with the girl?
Well, yeah, but I can hear me in the background. But yeah, I was.
Okay. And so, did she ever think about, did you ever think about trying to marry the girl or trying to convert her to the witnesses or whatever? Or
Nah, I wasn't thinking about marrying her or converting her to the witnesses. So
you just fucking.
I didn't want her to be no damn witness. So I was like, nah. So eventually it got to the point where I just started doing all kinds of stuff, man. Before you knew it, I was way gone. I was just gone. I was out here. I was out here in Seattle because I was living in Washington State at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was out here in Seattle. I was dating a stripper, and I was doing all kinds of shit. So I just stopped going to the Kingdom Hall. That was the first time. Time because I did come back a second time a few years later.
So. Okay, so let's talk about the time that you. Around what year did you leave the Kingdom Hall the first time?
The first time I left, 2005.
Okay, 2005, and then
no, 2004. The beginning of 2004.
Okay, so when you left in 2004,
mm-hmm.
Then you kind of were doing your own thing for those few years. How was it for you doing your own thing in those few years after the Kingdom Hall? After Jehovah's Witnesses? I mean,
I'm sorry, you cut out.
I said, what were you doing in those 2 years when you had left Jehovah's Witnesses?
What was I doing after I left?
Yes.
Shoot, nothing. I was just wilding. I was partying, working, messing with a bunch of fucking women because I had moved out of the area where I was at. Now, me trying to still, I don't know if other people do this, but when you in a religion and you leave, you still try to convince yourself that you can hold on to certain things and that you okay. So I said, well, you know what? I'm having sex with all these damn women. I'm out here robbing people because I was, and I eventually got locked up for that. But as long as I don't celebrate holidays, I'm okay. That's what I was telling myself, right? All these years, I said, well, I can do all this shit. But as long as I'm not doing this and I still call God Jehovah, I'm okay. Anyway, I'm running around doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. That's what I was doing while I was going, and eventually led to me getting arrested again. And I got arrested again. So once I got arrested again, same process all over again.
Okay, so you get arrested again, and how long were you in jail for when you got arrested?
That time, 3 years. I was in there 3 years.
Okay.
But I never thought about, when I got in this time, I said, I'm not going to be no damn religion. So I didn't go in there and start reading the Bible and all this other stuff like I did. What happened is when you get toward the end of your sentence, for those who ever been in prison before, they'll put you in a halfway house.
Okay.
Like basically you almost home. You can go ahead and, do this little program, and then they'll get you a job eventually. So it's there I started studying again. Okay, so this was in 2007, right? I started studying again. Once I started studying again, the same process again. I got myself together. Because they have records of everything that you do. So they knew everything I did back in Washington State, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like I can come out all the way. And by this time, I'm back in New Jersey now.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like I could just go to the Kingdom Hall in New Jersey and act like I'd never been a witness before. Because once they found out I was baptized, they would say, okay, what congregation did you come from? Then they go call the congregation to get all your records. So they knew what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I did okay for a little while, man. And, kind of the same cycle again. I met my daughter's mother. And we did eventually get married. At least me and my daughter's mother did get married. But unlike the other girl, I did try to convert her, right? I said, well, look, you need to study this, that, and the third. And it made sense to her. So she did start studying.
Mm-hmm.
And we got married. And I figured I was okay. But, things happened. I still drifted away.
Okay.
I just couldn't do it.
What was the reason that obviously you moved back to Jersey? You're stable now. Why did you drift away this time?
Pretty much the same thing. I mean, I wasn't cheating on my wife at first. I mean, I eventually got to that point, but it was just a whole bunch of little stuff. I just felt myself not really into it anymore. I felt myself really not into it anymore, and I wasn't going to the meetings anymore, and I was just like, I don't want to do it anymore. So I went to the elders. I mean, I tried to hold on as long as I can, but I knew that it just wasn't in there no more. It wasn't in me to do it anymore. So I went to them and I explained to the elders that, it's just not in me no more. So I kept trying to come back, trying to make it be in me over and over again. It just wasn't there. So eventually I just said, forget it. Like, I'm fooling myself. Like, if I do ever come back, it just will be, I come back, but I don't know when that will be, if it will be. So I just started living my life, and I won't say I was necessarily breaking any laws or anything like that, but I was definitely not doing things that they feel you should be doing. I started celebrating certain days. I started going to my mom's house for Thanksgiving. That's how I started. I would convince myself that I was going there just to hang with my family because that's the best time to hang with your family. So I started slowly doing the holidays again. Birthdays. I'm partying all the time at clubs, bars. That led to things cheating on my wife. And of course, you already know what happened once I got these damn Facebook groups. So it was no going back after that. I just said the hell with it.
You know what, dude?
So I just kept on going.
I don't think it got that bad until we started Planet O'Shea.
Huh?
I think when Planet O'Shea came, that's when it got bad. And then you went to
well, you know what, it made it. Well, you know what, out here in where I live, because I lived in New York. I live maybe not, about 30 minutes from New York City. So it was always easier. It was always easy, and I was always doing the same pattern. Like, this was just what I was doing. This is not a new behavior. What happened with the groups is the groups made it easier. I mean, the groups made it easier because it was just like I didn't have to do shit but just get on my phone, on my computer. I could do that shit all day and just be on a day of flight somewhere or take a drive somewhere, and it's over. And it was just too easy. It was just too easy. And it was just these girls and these dudes be just going crazy over, and it was just too easy. And then it just kept getting easier.
Mhm.
All the way up to now, it's so damn easy, I don't even care about it no more. I just be like, whatever. I don't even try anymore now. I just be like, okay. Because it's been so many years, I don't even have like doing the shit anymore, man. It's like I just do it just because I just be bored. So it just got easier once these Facebook groups came into play.
Let me talk to you about this. I mean, just on the side note, we'll come back because me and you had a very good group. We had basically a good group. You went on and had you kept on with the Sin City. I came to YouTube, and now we're working together again on the back end. But how many women do you think you fucked from Facebook? If you can pick a number.
I have no idea, bro. I can tell you this. the first year playing at O'Shea, and the second year Sin City, I lost count. Those 2 years. The first year playing at O'Shea, the second year Sin City was just every week it was somebody different because as you know, we had a conversation about one that I did date. And she kind of tried to stick with me through all this.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. She just got married.
Exactly.
So she tried to stick with me through all that. She would see me basically with all these girls and still take me back. So, but that second year in Sin City, it was so many, she couldn't take it no more. She just was like, oh no, this is over with now. Because it was just too many, man. I don't even know, man. I was somewhere every damn week. Every damn week I was somewhere different. Now I'm scaling back. I'm scaling back a little bit now because it's boring. It's boring now. I'm gonna tell you one thing, and I say this to all the fellas that's listening. Because I know we got some fellas on this line. You eventually gonna get tired of that shit. Once you start getting it, whatever the hell you feel like getting it, and these are all the girls is 10s, body banging, face banging. You eventually I never thought I would get tired of it. But now I would talk to a motherfucker and just know I'm gonna get him. And that time I just talk to him and say, all right, I'm gonna come see you, and I'll never talk to her ass again. Just because I know she gonna let me do what I want to do when I go see her. And that's the kind of attitude I got toward it now. And if I really feel like it, I don't have nothing to do, then I'll go. If I had the time, I'll just tell them, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll be here to see you. Yeah, I'm gonna come see you in a couple of weeks. Don't even worry about it. And knowing damn well I ain't gonna see their ass. I just stop talking to her. They be like, what happened? So it's just boring now. Once in a while, I just throw a bone out there to see if they still gonna be naive. And they still are.
Let me tell you. So hold on a second. So J.R. Wisdom said it's that easy, huh? Let me tell you, man.
Yeah.
Me and Joe had a group. Planet Ocean. We both was like the creators of the group. We had several because it was getting shut down. We had over one time. At that time, it was a lot. We had 50,000 people. We had our own blog talk. People don't know about like O'Shea. I had a pretty good following before I came to YouTube, so it wasn't like nobody knew who I was, and Joe did too. I can tell you, man, is that easy? When you have a Facebook group and your Facebook group is popping, and you have a radio show, and we had a blog, PlanO'SheaMag.com. Joe was getting more pussy than I was. I ain't gonna lie. Me and Joe was fucking. I hate to say that. We both was. I mean, I had better. I mean, Joe, how many you had chicks fly in from Amsterdam? One chick, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
they started flying out to me, man.
Yeah. How many states have you been to? Yeah, I know you've been to Missouri.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If I'm counting from, and you talk about how many states I've been to with these chicks, dealing with these chicks in the groups, because remember I was in the military before. Are you supposed to count how many states I've been to?
No. Just with the groups alone. I know you've been all over the world, but before,
Oh my God, George. Let me see. I don't know a lot of them, bro. A lot. I've been to Florida, California, Las Vegas, Arizona, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, man, Chicago, Texas, North Carolina, Atlanta. You already know I've been to Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia, my favorite state. Shoot, I can stay in there, Georgia. Shit. I ain't even gonna count the East Coast states because that's a given. You know, Philly, New York, and all that. Of course, I've been to Massachusetts. That's where I met Ashley at. Even though we ain't do shit, but I was trying to though. That was she was the first person I met that didn't give me none, and I was shocked. I was like, "This some shit." I was mad as hell. So, I was so used to it. When she was the only one that didn't, like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What?" So, man, I've been to Rhode Island. I've been a bunch of places, man. A bunch of places. I can't remember all of them. And I went to shit. I was just in Kentucky last week.
Yeah.
Last weekend.
In West Virginia too, right? Or just Kentucky?
Well, I had to go through West Virginia to get to Kentucky because I drove out there.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a little simple. And trust me, y'all, we're going to do a whole show talking about that. And I'm going to give my experience and he's going to give his. This before, I mean, man, we both got some crazy ass stories, man, with this group shit. But let's go back to once you left Jehovah's Witnesses the second time and you went back, what did the elders say to try to keep you in the religion?
Well, I didn't. Well, when I left, they just kept on telling. They would call me every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And asked me to start studying again. And of course, my wife started studying. So they was like, your wife's studying and you got her, you the one told her about this and you not even doing it now. So, of course, my wife eventually left too, stopped studying, I should say. So the elders, they really don't, I mean, that's okay. They'll keep on trying to get you to come back. But once they see you ain't gonna come back, they'll just stop worrying about it. Until you decide you want to come back, if you decide you want to come back.
Did you miss any of your friends? Like, did you make any friends in New Jersey once you came back to the Witnesses? I mean, did you,
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Like, did you have any friends when you left the second time that you missed, or?
So did I have what, Jehovah Witness friends or friends that wasn't witnesses?
Jehovah Witness friends. Like, once you left, obviously you're gonna get disfellowshipped. So did you have any friends that you missed? Anything,
Oh well, shoot. Once I got disfellowshipped, I ain't had no friends that were Jehovah Witnesses. What you talking about? They don't mess with you once you gone. That was over with, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was over with. Once you gone, until you get yourself together and come back, if you come back, that's a wrap. I can't tell you where they at now. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Let's talk about the part where, okay, now I know that you were Jehovah's Witness, and now you left, but you still believe in the faith. What part of it, when you started doubting, like the denomination or kind of doubting religion, period? When did you get to that point?
Come on, Jedi, move. Well, when I started the down religion period is because first of all, the thing about religion is it's so many of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thinks theirs is right. Mm-hmm. Or they wouldn't be in it. Everybody thinks theirs is right or they wouldn't be in it. Okay. So my thing is when I got out, like everything that good that happened to me when I'm in a religion, I always say, God did that, or the Lord made that happen, right? So when I stopped being, in organized religion, and good things were still happening to me, in fact, things was getting better. Okay, so why were they getting better? Because I'm obviously not doing anything I'm supposed to be doing, and according to at least the religion I was in, God don't bless you with certain things if you're not living the way He asked you to live. So it made me finally realize that look, good and bad gonna happen to you no matter what you are. Good and bad is going to happen to you regardless of what you believe. Now, I ain't going to say I don't believe in God. I do believe in God. I don't believe in the religion of it. The religion of it that I don't believe in because everybody got one. Everybody think theirs right. Some people will kill over theirs, go crazy, argue down over it. I just got past all that. I got past all that. Like, you want to do it how you want to do it. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. How I want to do it is I just choose to believe in them, but I'm gonna live my life however I want to live it. That's the point I got to, and that's
Let's
how I live my life.
let's talk about this because me and you have some really good debates behind the scenes, some good arguments about the. I mean, you have some really good, and you actually were shocked. You're like, man, I never seen a Baptist person that kind of knew the Bible kind of like you or could understand it. And we had some pretty good back and forth between me and you about certain concepts like the Trinity, if Jesus is God, is the Holy Spirit a force? I mean, that was a really good conversation we had where you're talking about, the Holy Spirit is a force, and I was saying, well, you cannot separate the force from what the force is applying. So we had some really good topics and conversations. How do you feel about? I know you never believed that Jesus was a deity or Jesus was God, but do you believe in the concept of Jesus now, as you look back at it?
What you mean? Like, how? Why? What do I believe Jesus is now?
Yes.
A man. I believe Jesus is a man. I haven't changed my view on that, but I believe that I believe there's only one God. That's all I believe. I believe there's one God that created everything. Now, and I believe that there's so many different ways that people think they should worship him, and I believe that just leads to confusion and I think that's what leads to most misunderstanding, especially with religion, especially like I would say mostly the most ones that's really out there the most is Islam and Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time it's just because they don't understand each other. They just got their two different ways that they want to worship God. But to me, I believe Jesus is a man. I believe he's a man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't, and that's their choice about it. One thing I learned is that once a person has a belief, you're not going to convince them otherwise till they're ready to believe something different, no matter what you say. And that's why I don't debate it anymore. Number one, I'm not practicing any religion, so I don't put myself into situations to even debate it anymore because it's pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll be sitting there debating something and not even living it.
Right. I used to see you on Facebook, man. You used to really shut a lot of people up. Even on we actually had shows on Blog Talk Radio. People would call in and you would really grill them. You talked to me about a time where there was a pastor that you actually had debate. He was so pissed off he actually tore the scripture out of the Bible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was in Washington State. Yeah, he pulled it out the Bible, said, "Well, it's not there anymore."
Well, talk about that whole ordeal. You know, you can remember it. What happened?
Yeah.
In your kind of relationship as you had with preachers, how you would shut them up using either your translation or the New World Translation. Talk to us about that.
Well, I don't know if anybody's familiar how Kingdom Halls are set up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one big difference between Kingdom Halls, at least from my point of view, and most modern day churches, Kingdom Halls, they don't pass around an offering plate. Like, so you really you're not required to do 10%. You do whatever you feel you can do in your heart. Nobody's watching you, things like that. So we went to the guy's house. Now, I didn't know he was a preacher, of course. I'm just going door to door. And I knocked on his door. First, I was a gated community, so I should have known we was going to run across some people that think they either probably highly educated or they want to debate. So we go in, knock on the door. He comes out and, and he starts talking to us. Because some of them, they'll talk to you because they want to debate. And he asks us about paying tithes. And I said, well, we don't put the 10% on them. We don't pay tithes. We have a donation box in the back of the congregation, not in the front of the congregation, the back of the congregation. So nobody's looking at you. Nobody's watching you. Nobody knows who puts in what. He said, well, why do y'all do it like that? He said, and why you all go around with these watchtowers and these books and he said these books and magazines cost money to make. And y'all don't really ask for money for it, which is not the truth, because most Jehovah's Witnesses will ask for a donation for the magazine, the books, but you're not required to. We still gonna give it to you. It's not a requirement. You're gonna get the book for free no matter what. You're gonna get the book. It's just if your heart feel like you want to give a donation, fine. If not, fine. So I said, well, Jesus said you receive free, give free, which he did. And he's like, he didn't say that. He didn't say that, right? Now, most preachers know this is in the Bible, right? I mean, but this one was just like, he didn't think it was in there for some reason. And I'm like, you on the radio? And he was on a radio show. He had a radio show. I don't know if he still does. So we pull out our version, of course, and we read it to him. He's like, well, that's what your Bible say. My Bible don't say that. Mm-hmm. So we was like, well, what Bible you got? He was like, King James. I said, well, let's see how I read the King James Bible. So he went and got it. And we read it to him, and he was like, He said, okay. He ripped it out and said, well, don't say that no more. And we was just looking at him like, huh? He was like, well, you know, when the guy that was with me was like, well, it still say it. You just ripped it out, but it's still in there. So it was crazy. I mean, surprisingly, I'm really, really good. When I was a witness and I was really into it, I'm good in the field. Uh-huh. Like, I'm really, really, really good in the field. Like, I had so many Bible studies that I had to ask people to help me, because I'm good at convincing people with stuff. So I never really had clashes with preachers or anybody of a different religion, because I never seemed like, I'm not one of them pushy, because some Jehovah's can be pushy. Mm-hmm. I'm not pushy, and I listen. Like, I'm able to actually sit there and listen to the people. And when I listen to the people, I'm listening because I'm trying to find common ground. Okay, we can sit here and talk about our differences all day, but I gotta listen to you to know what we got in common. Mm-hmm. And once I hear something in common, then I would take what we have in common and kind of expand on that. Not to say that they would become a witness or they would start studying all the time, but it would leave them feeling good, not feeling like we just had a long drawn out argument, or feeling like I can't believe this mother ever came to my damn door. Next time a witness come to my door, throw hot water on them. You know, so you want to leave the person like, okay, not feeling like y'all just had a debate, but feeling like, okay, we had some type of agreement here. And that's how I was. And I was very successful doing that. And that's kind of how I am today in my job today, because my job today, I had to go and get kids jobs. You know, I work in the youth department in my city, and part of my job is to go out and get companies to hire our kids. Mm-hmm. And when I say our kids, I mean between 14 and 24. And of course, most of the time, you between 14 and 18, we trying to get you in school. But let's just say that you need a job. So I had to go to these companies, and I can't go to the companies and make them seem like they doing me a favor by hiring these kids. So I listen. And I will say, being a witness taught me how to listen. A lot of the things I do now, being a witness actually helped me to excel at what I do now. And you probably know this already. My job is political. Mm-hmm. So it's times I have to go out and pass out flyers and canvas and try to get people to register to vote or to vote for the person I'm supporting. And I use all them same things I learned back then now, and it works. So I would say, I really never had like a major confrontation with a preacher. You know, that probably was the most, you know, kind of semi started to heat up one. But most of the time, it was never nothing where we was arguing. I was never arguing with nobody. Like, I never had a person get mad at me for coming to their door. And I just figured I just had good luck. That's why I should tell the damn elders, like, I must just be, you know, I don't know what it is. I said, because nobody ever was belligerent. I've seen people belligerent to other ones. So I don't know what they were saying or what they were doing, or if they felt like you was trying to convert them. Because you can't go to nobody door and just convert them. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's the thing about it. And you can't take that attitude either. You're not going to go to nobody's door and think that you're going to just talk to them. I don't give a heck how much sense you make. Mm-hmm. And think that it's going to say, oh, I see the light, and be at the Kingdom Hall 2 days later talking about baptizing. You just can't go with that attitude, and a lot of them do. And a lot of them do. That's why a lot of them are not successful. Mm-hmm. And that's the truth.
Let me mention, I did read a book, well, actually, and Ron and Roy talks about this. It's a guy named Raymond Friends. I believe now he was in what would you call the 12 of the faithful and discreet slave? Is that what you would call it? What do you call the top 12 people in the Watchtower Society? What do you call them? The governing body.
Well, yeah, you call it the governing body. Yeah.
All right. So Raymond Franz was a guy from the University of Cincinnati, longtime witness, brilliant guy. I believe his brother was actually the president of the society. Like once, I believe, Judge Rutherford left, and I think his brother took over. He was one of the people that exposed a lot of things about the Jehovah's Witnesses. Because remember, the New World's Translation doesn't have anybody who, like the New Testament or the King James Version. You know who wrote it. You know what their ability to read Greek and Hebrew was. But the New World's Translation is completely hidden. He talked about some of the things that were going on in the society, the Armageddons, the fake prophets.
Yeah.
One is I believe 1970 was a year into the world was going to end, and then the Jehovah's Witnesses were actually buying up stock on Wall Street while the governing body was doing that, while the lower Jehovah's Witnesses were selling their businesses thinking the world was going to end. So it seems like these 12 guys dictate to the rest of the mass, because the governing body they're not really considered Jehovah's Witnesses because they are the Watchtower Society. It seems like, maybe I'm getting this wrong, but the Watchtower Society owns the Jehovah's Witness religion. Is that what it is?
No. Well, the governing body are just the ones who makes the decisions as far as like if a person if they're going to build a kingdom hall, if they're going to put certain things in a watchtower, what topics they're going to talk about, they get together and discuss that. If a kingdom hall needs to be moved, if a congregation needs to be put together, because say you got two congregations and both of them are losing members and it's getting small. They the ones decide whether they should combine to another congregation. They decide who become elders and ministerial servants and things like that. But yes, they have gotten the prediction of Armageddon wrong a few times. And that's one of their knocks. That's one of the knocks on them. Is now I didn't know about the buying stocks and all that, but I wouldn't doubt it because humans are humans. And I've seen elders. I've seen even elders, because a lot of times we'll think the elders and we'll think the people of the governing body, we'll think they should be perfect. But I've seen them do some things they shouldn't have been doing, trust me. And I've seen an elder that was an elder a long time leave his damn wife and go run off with this little young sister in the congregation. He was like 45, she was like 20. And he ran off with it. Of course, he ended up getting disfellowship. So breaking the rules, nobody's above the rules. If a person from the governing body does something like that, which I don't doubt that they probably have, because sometimes you get these positions and you start thinking, I could make some money.
Mm-hmm.
Your love for money becomes stronger than your love for God, or for your love or whatever you believe. Mm-hmm. And it's been people from the governing body that's been disfellowship. So I don't want anybody to think that, and even though I'm not a witness now, and I'm just saying things I know. So it has been ones that have done some corrupt and crooked stuff. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. And when they get caught, they get disfellowship. Mm-hmm. And for a person of the governing body to get disfellowship, it's forever. They can't ever come back. So most of the time they become people that speak out against the religion because they know they can't ever come back. A person that's a part of what they call the faithful and discreet slave, the governing body, once they get disfellowship, that's it. There's no coming back for them. So most of the time they know that they can never come back. So you'll usually meet those people. They'll be the ones outside the conventions are making all these books to kind of bring down the religion because they want to take people with them. They want to take people with them because they know there's no way they can come back. They already know. So they said we might as well just take as many with us as we can because we done. Mm-hmm. and a person that's a part of the governing body, that becomes an opposer to religion is very convincing because they know all the ins and outs of the religion. So they can really convince just about anybody of certain things. But a person really won't know unless they go see for themselves. Because a lot of things I was told about Jehovah's Witnesses, I ain't seen none of it when I got there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, because my mom and my grandma, they was completely opposed to their religion.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is neither one of them ever was in the religion. It was always what somebody else told them.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in there, when I started going, I had everything my mama and grandma been telling me all my life in my head. And that's what I wanted it to be. Like I wanted it to be what they told me because I didn't want to be a witness. I said no. I said, well, my mom and grandma told me gotta be right, but I couldn't find nothing they were saying to be right. So, but yeah, I believe a lot of that stuff did happen. I believe it still happens today because the Watchtower Society got a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
they got their own TV program and everything. They got their own TV program that stay on all day. You know, them books not cheap to print.
oh,
You know, it's not like it's free to print those books. So the Watchtower Society has a lot of money. And the thing about it is and I don't know the answer to this, even as long as I was in it, where does it all go? Because you don't use it all, but I mean, I don't know. I know what they tell us, but it's not like we have a report, a financial report to look to see exactly where the money going. We don't know. And they very meticulous about things. I swear, man, if when you count the money, if one penny is missing, you got to go find that damn penny. I swear to God, I couldn't believe it myself. I couldn't believe myself. And I when they were sitting like, no, we got to make sure that because one person to count the money, then another person counts it, and then the presiding overseer, which is the person that's over the congregation, who is also an elder, he counts it before he sends it to the Watchtower Society. And if it does not match up to the T of what everybody else counted, you got to keep on going until you find it. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you. So it's a lot into it. It's a lot into it, man. It's a lot. But yeah, they got some corrupt people in it in the religion too.
Let me do this real quick. Shout out to everybody. I think JR Wisdom and Crystal Jackson, they in the chat. Joe, I don't know if you can see the chat, but if you have like another screen, I can actually send it to you, like what people are saying in the chat. We have 98 people watching right now.
Okay.
So let me do this, you guys. Really, I appreciate everybody. Let's get the likes up on the video. 97 watching. We're going to talk about apostates in a minute, and we're going to talk about some other things. Joe is an excellent administrator. And so what we're going to do is, me and Joe used to really makes a lot of good blog talk radio shows. So we're not new to making content. We know how this works. You guys haven't seen nothing yet. You know, we used to have like shit on Blog Talk Radio, the moaning contest. We had bitches. Remember that, Joe?
Yeah.
We used to have bitches on Blog Talk Radio out moaning each other. Shit. We used to do a lot of crazy stuff, man. So you guys have no idea. You know, me and him are a great team. Just like, you know, me and Obsidian, me Angry Man and Mr. Jack. But me and Joe, man, we've done a lot of stuff that you can still go find out on Blog Talk Radio of our old show, Planet O'Shea. So you guys like the videos, get the likes up. Joe's going to bring a whole new level of content to this arena with, you know, some of the stuff he knows, some of the stuff that I know. So we want to thank him for coming out and you know, pretty much talking about his experiences. So get the likes up, you guys. I see 92 people watching. Now, also, what I want to do is I want to shout out everybody who's been signing up on Patreon. Listen, really thank you guys. Appreciate you guys a whole lot. We got three new Patreons today, rather. So we got Corey McDuffie. That brother pledged $5. Shout out to him. I just saw Anthony Brian Logan in the chat. I don't know if he's still on. But, you know, Anthony Brian Logan is going strong on his channel, over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Shout out to him. And also, like you brothers who want to see the Negro Manosphere grow, go ahead and sign up on Patreon. You know, the minimum is $5 a month. Basically, what you do with that is you're paying, you know, the salaries of people like Joe, his team, You pay Alan Roger Curry. You help me flow. And basically, we don't have to get ads and stuff like that. So I take the money, we put it to good use. You guys know that we posted every day the last 4 months. So we need 1,500 brothers to put in $5 a month. I ain't even looking for nobody. I ain't even looking for 15 brothers to spend $1,000 a piece. No, everybody needs to have a share in building Black male media. So let's go ahead, if you can, sign up on Patreon. Just $5 a month. Once again, you're supporting the Negro Manosphere website. We use your money to give you more information. Hold on 1 second. Here goes this nigga Lavelle Robinson. Shut your motherfucking ass up with them baby ass teeth, nigga. You always in here talking shit with your big ass motherfucking forehead, nigga. Them little ass eyebrows look like Velcro straps on 4 wings, nigga. If you don't shut your motherfucking ass up, don't think I won't roast your ass, nigga. Joe, I've been here roasting the fuck out of these niggas every night, every motherfucking night. I tell you that. And this nigga look like Stephon Marbury on crack. He know better. Always fucking with me. Talking about you need a new shirt. You need a new forehead, bitch. The fuck? Nah, shout out to my nigga Lavelle, man. His breath stank. He can't help it. Let's go back to Joe. Before we go back to the apostate thing, I want to give, because I have my buddy J.R. Wisdom in the chat. He's also a YouTuber. He talks about is Jesus God thing. And I know you had a lot of Christians that you had to kind of preach about this particular topic. The Trinity, the concept of the Trinity. Is Jesus God or is he God's son? Can you talk about that a little bit and what kind of things you used to have to go in after that? I mean, concerning that particular topic.
You mean like okay, so we don't, Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in the Trinity. Okay. Obviously, they believe Jesus is the firstborn of all creation. Yes. And they believe the Holy Spirit is his active force used to accomplish things. Okay. And then, of course, they believe Jehovah is God. Now, the majority, like a lot of Christians, not all Christians, because I wasn't taught the Trinity when I was growing up. So it was kind of a foreign concept to me, so it wasn't really a big jump for me when I became a Jehovah Witness. Like that wasn't a doctrine that was really taught where I went to church at. So I don't know, some churches teach it and some don't, because I know some people that go to church that don't believe in the Trinity. So I guess I was one of them. So it wasn't a big jump for me, but I was kind of shocked how many people do believe in it. Like, because I never really heard about it, all the way until I became a witness, started knocking on people's door. So when I became a witness, started knocking on people's door, and I just seen how many people believed in it. And of course, most people, you gonna be. I think convincing a person that there isn't a Trinity might be the hardest thing to convince anybody of. Honestly, I think that's the hardest. That's the topic that you kind of save for last, right? Because the person that believes in the Trinity is gonna believe in the Trinity until they go to the damn grave, or you got to be really convincing or something. Because. And I even had a guy tell me you could pull my fingernails off, his toenails off, everything. I'm still gonna believe in Trinity. So that's what he told me. So that's a real deep topic when you go out in the field ministry. That's what you got to be really educated on from both perspectives, and that's when you have to really study. All different versions of the Bible. You have to study that because there's so many ways you could twist it for either side. If a person doesn't believe in the Trinity, they can find 100 scriptures to support why they don't believe in it. If a person does believe in the Trinity, they can find 100 scriptures to find why they believe in that belief. Mm-hmm. So now that I'm at a point in my life where I still don't believe in it, obviously. I said that earlier. Mm-hmm. I don't believe Jesus is God. I believe he's a man. But if a person tells me he does believe that, they don't get an argument from me. I just say, okay. I keep it moving. I don't debate with them. Even though I could, but it won't accomplish nothing. I done been there already. Mm-hmm. You'll be 5 hours later still at point A. So yes, that's that's a very touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
That is probably that's probably the one that causes the most. That's even harder to get a person to stop believing in than the holidays. Like it's easy to explain the holidays to them, to the point where they'll just be like, well, you know what? I'll just do it because I want to be with my family. But they'll know that it does not mean what they've been taught. You know, once you learn that, but it's easy to explain the holidays than the Trinity for a person to believe in the Trinity. I mean, you just got to just tell them. They're going to tell you their view. If you come to an understanding, you come to an understanding, but most of the time you probably won't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me talk to you about the apostates. And hold on a second. Raphael 2885. Thanks for the $5 donation. I really appreciate that. Caribbean Freddy. Also, let me shout out the fact we just got another person sign up on Patreon. Let me shout that person out. That person is let me get my shit together. Hold on a second, guys. Shout out to Olu, my man. Faturi, my man from London. All right, I gotta come to London and hang out with my brother, man. Will Davis, thanks for your pledge of $5, man. Like I said, appreciate you. Like I said, you help the site grow, the Negro Manosphere grow. People like Joe Moss, even though you don't see him, he does a lot of work. So he's a part of this thing too. Let's talk about the apostates, if we can, Joe. And the apostates of the religion, many of them are on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Type in the phrase "why I left the Jehovah Witnesses," and you will see tons of YouTube channels of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're laying it into the society. They're telling anybody who will listen not to marry Jehovah's Witnesses. Joe, why do people hate the Jehovah's Witnesses so much?
Well, when I first started seeing the concept of disfellowshipping, I didn't fully understand it, right? So the thing about it is that I thought that when a person leaves a Jehovah's Witness or when they get disfellowship, they start lashing out at the religion, which they do, right? And I thought it was just us, but every religion do that. Every religion, not just Jehovah's Witnesses, just Jehovah's Witnesses, they put under a microscope. But every religion I know, when I know people that was Christian that's Muslim now, and guess what? They make videos and everything about why Christianity is wrong. They dog it. You know, they tell you that there's no good. Why is no good? They tell you teaching lies. So that's not nothing new. Most people, once they leave a religion and they decide they no longer believe in that religion, they are going to make videos, write books, things to discredit the religion that they're no longer a part of. So that's not really a surprise to me. I mean, that's kind of expected. I expect it in any religion, honestly, because that's what happens. Very rarely do people go away quietly, especially if they were really deep into the religion. They're not going to go away quietly. They're going to go away and they're going to write a book, and if they got the forum for people to listen to them, they're going to use their forum. And they're going to dog wherever they came from. So that's how I kind of look at it. So I'm not surprised by it. No, I'm not surprised by it at all.
Let me do this, because in all fairness, like I never see videos like why I left the Baptist church or why I dislike Kojic. I mean, Church of God in Christ. I mean, most people, because like Church of God in Christ, you know, black churches, as you said previously, you know, you can leave and come back. I mean, it's not, you know, like if you leave Church of God in Christ, you can go to non-denominational, or you can go Pentecostal and go to Baptist.
You know why? You know why you don't see those videos? Because they group every Christian religion but Jehovah's Witnesses just as Christianity. Mm-hmm. So when you see videos about people dogging Christianity, they're not going to separate it by Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, or anything like that. Jehovah's Witnesses is considered a religion that's by itself. Like you don't have like Baptist Jehovah's Witness, Methodist Jehovah's Witness. It's just Jehovah's Witness. It's just one religion. Christianity is about 100 different religions that fall into Christianity. So they're not going to sit there and name all 100 of those religions. They're not going to go, well, why I left. They're going to say I left Christianity. And there's a lot of stuff on the internet about why people left Christianity.
Okay.
especially from people that practice Islam. Because most people that practice Islam in America, let me put that in America. 9 times out of 10, they was raised Christian,
Mm-hmm.
and when they got older, they see something they didn't like, and now they speak out against it. I know a lot of them, especially if you're from any hood in America. I mean, if you're from any hood, you know a lot of them people was raised grandma dragging them to church.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
now they behind them. Now they behind walking around. They practice Islam now, and they'll sit there and break it down to you why they no longer believe in Christianity. I see it all the time. But they're not going to sit there and say, they're not going to sit there and tell you every denomination of Christianity. They'll be there all day. So it seems like it's less. But it's really not less, because it's plenty of the people that don't agree with Christianity all over the internet.
Well, I mean, if you look at, and I'm going to try to maybe come at as a devil's advocate. When you look at Jehovah Witnesses as what they represent as a population of a form of Christianity, it's rather small in the United States, right?
Yeah.
Well, what am I talking
about? They have about maybe 4 million people in the United States. I don't know what the number is now.
Okay.
I don't know, because this was about 10 years ago, so I don't know what it is now.
Okay. So let's say there's I mean, the Jehovah's Witnesses are a small percentage of, Christians. There's 6 million Black folks in Church of God in Christ by itself. But based off of the smallest amount of Christians you have in Jehovah's Witnesses, you see a lot of their videos in comparison to other folks. And the things that I'm seeing in Jehovah's Witness videos are a little bit uncommon than you would see. Well, I mean, I guess when saying, I left the Christian church because of this, it's normally could be about, here's an interpretation of a scripture that I found to be false. You have a lot of people talking about being molested in Jehovah's Witnesses, people going to the authorities in Jehovah's Witnesses, trying to hide it. You have, people being abused by family members in Jehovah's Witnesses trying to hide it. I mean, you're talking about specific things that are happening that I really don't see many other besides the Catholics. You see like the organization trying to hide many of these things that are going on with the people.
Jeff, but the thing about that is all these religions do that, honestly, and they all try to hide it. That's why the preacher will run up there and fuck every girl in the church and act like he didn't do nothing, and they'll hide it. So all these religions do that. They just try to put a microscope on Jehovah, because a lot of people don't like Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't like them. And once a person leaves, like if I if I left Jehovah's Witnesses and I decided to jump on TV or get a microphone in front of me, people are going to listen because they want a reason to hate the religion. So the thing about it is that, and I have an uncle that's a Baptist preacher, so I've seen it from both points of view. And trust and believe, they do a lot of shady stuff. And the thing about it is that my aunt, because he's my uncle through my aunt. He would cheat and go on these vacations with these women in the church, and they would have all these elaborate things to take money out of the church. And he come on BET and everything. You would never hear. I swear, I'm dead. His name is David G. Evans. He got the biggest church in the Northeast. He got the biggest church. And the thing about it is, everything that he do, nobody ever knows about. Like, it's not like it's out there in the streets. It's not in the newspapers. You know why? Because he got them to keep their mouth shut. I knew because I was his family member. I knew because he's my damn uncle. Now, he's my uncle. I wouldn't know half of this stuff. So the thing about it is, what Jehovah's Witnesses do, and I'm not excusing what they do because that's wrong. If they're doing those things, which they probably are, because most of these religions do a lot of stupid stuff like this. There's always somebody in these religions that want to, well, it's kind of just society, period. You got all these people running around here messing with kids now. And a person that's in a church or a religion is not exempt. They're not exempt from having people when they amongst them that do these types of things. Am I surprised that a church or Kingdom Hall or any religion would try to hide that their religious leaders is molesting kids or raping people? No, not at all, because they all do it because they think their religious leaders is above the law. They've been doing it for years in the Catholic Church. This started coming out. It happens everywhere. Just like their preacher in Atlanta got caught being a homosexual. But you know what? No, they probably been knew that though. But they did. But if somebody finally blew the damn whistle, and trust me, he ain't just started doing it the day he got caught. He didn't just start. He been doing it. He just got caught finally. So it doesn't surprise me. Like that doesn't surprise me because it's been times I wanted to talk out on certain things. I just don't all the time. You know, like this interview right here. Like we doing this radio show right here. So people might take this as I'm not against Jehovah Witnesses. I'm not against any religion really. My thing is that every religion has flaws. Every religion has positives. And I feel as though if you take the positives out of whatever religion you decide you want to be, if you decide you want to be in a religion, because I'm not in none right now, and I feel like my life is better now than when I was in one.
Why do you think
it's
better now?
Because it's going much better. Because I don't have the pressure on me to have to do certain things. Like I can mess up and be okay. Like okay, if I go out and mess up tomorrow, I ain't got to be sitting here like, oh God, I got to go tell on myself. Oh Lord, they'll kick me. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about losing my friends tomorrow because I done went and had sex with Sally. I ain't got to worry about that. So there's no pressure to me. I don't have to worry about going to a church and if it's a rough week for me, because you know, financially I'm okay now. But it wasn't always like that. So I don't have to worry about going to a church and wondering if people gonna be looking at me because I can't put no money in the offering. I don't gotta worry about if the preacher gonna have a whole entire sermon about tithes because I've been to churches that do that. Now all churches don't do that, but I've been to churches that do that. Ain't gotta be like I'm embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta worry about those things anymore. I don't have to worry about having to keep up with the Joneses because I don't know how the churches are out where you from, but out here they fashion shows.
Yeah,
you just can't come in. You can't come. And to me, that's not like where you should be going to try to learn about God. To me, I mean, that's not just. I'm not picking on Christianity. I believe that's any religion, and even with the people that's that's Muslim out here. Okay, you know they feel as though their religion is right, fine, but it's a lot of things I don't agree with that they do too. Like it seems like. And you know, it might be some people here that practice Islam. It seems like a person that's Muslim is more concerned about whether you eat pork than stabbing somebody. Like they're quick to tell you they don't eat pork, but they quick to do some shit to put their ass in jail. They harm somebody, which is what I don't understand. And I'm not saying that's all of them. Like when I say things, I'm not saying that's all of them, because a lot of times, you know, just like with Jehovah Witnesses, if people is molesting little kids, it's not all of them. If a person is trying to hide something, it's not all of them. So I'm not saying all Muslims. But what I'm saying is that eating what I eat more than they'll talk about serving their God. Like they'll have they're more concerned about pork than anything in the world. Like what else do you teach besides not eating pork? Because that seems to be the main thing they always want to talk about. and they just have to let you know that they don't eat pork or that they eating something turkey or chicken. Like if I tell you I'm gonna get me some meat, right? I'm gonna get me some meat, but they're gonna specify which one they get, like you at the grocery store with them. So I think every religion got their own flaws. I think that you could pick any of them apart, honestly.
Oh yeah.
If you really dig deep enough, you can pick any of them apart. You can pick any of them apart to where if a person is weak in it, they're gonna want to question themselves why they're doing it. So to me, I'd rather just be nothing. I'm not any religion. To me, organized religion is nothing but a bunch of BS that leads people to do things they really don't want to do. It leads to a lot of crime. It leads to it'll led to damn that every war we done ever had started because of religion.
Yeah.
and it's highly likely every war we're gonna have in the future is gonna be because of religion. So to me, at a place where everybody just mind their damn business. If you believe in God, fine, believe in God. But I don't want to be a part of no religion. And that's the honest to goodness truth, man. But they all got flaws. So kind of get back on the topic. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I'm not shocked that people are on YouTube or over social media that are former Jehovah Witnesses. But that's not the majority though. Because the majority of Jehovah Witnesses go away. The majority of Jehovah's go away quietly.
Right.
It's probably hundreds of thousands. It's hundreds of thousands you never heard say a word in a disfellowship.
Yeah.
You know, and then you probably got a handful that want to go out there. They want to be seen. They want to be seen, and they know a lot. One thing about a Jehovah's Witness, they know a lot about the Bible, and they can twist things to make it look like their point of view. But I'm not going to sit, but I'm not going to be naive and say that a lot of things they saying aren't true, because I believe every religion hides shit. So I believe that. I mean, yeah, I believe it's probably people doing it right the hell now. They ain't got caught, but they will though. They'll get caught, or they gonna tell on their damn self. That's how I look at it.
Okay. Let me do this. You guys get the likes up. Shout out to Cedric Edwards, man. He just signed up on Patreon for the $10 a month. Also, I believe Raphael just pledged $10. So we have brothers sign up on the Negro Manosphere to support the Black Juggernaut. Like I said, you guys know that we have over 200 posts. The NegroManosphere.com has grew in value. As far as Alexa's ranking, right now we're ranked in the top 200,000 websites in the United States. And it's because of you. I see you niggas is trying to roast me in the damn chat. Why y'all niggas? Y'all niggas is dumb. Like, this is a show, and we ain't even roasting. You niggas come in, not even listening. Niggas that's why niggas you can't take me nowhere, you know. But thanks so much, man. That was the third building. Thank you for the Patreon. I appreciate you guys. Let me tell you guys something. When I first came to YouTube, it was not too far after me and Joe. I think it's about maybe a year or two after me and Joe stopped. I stopped grouping and Joe continued. I did my first year of YouTube, my first 16 months, without making one damn dime. All right. So if you look at when I started, which was in March of 2015, I didn't get my first check from YouTube until September. It was actually a little bit longer than that. I did free content. I didn't even put ads on my videos. I was just doing it because I wanted to help brothers. I got my first YouTube check actually in September. So if you think about it, from September to April, I've only been getting paid on YouTube for 7 months. So, you know, the money that we do get, if people ever try to say, oh, you trying to pimp on YouTube, Patreon. Hey, nigga, listen, nigga, it's a long time coming. I didn't make no damn money for a long time. And the money that we do make here on this channel, like I said, we have the Negro Manosphere. We bring people on here like Alan Roger Curry, people like Steve Dean Williams. We have a lot of giveaways when those people come on and do things. So it's a good experience for the listener. I want you to go ahead and like the video. And pretty much I'm going to probably go ahead and end it here. But let me ask you, in closing, Joe, anything else you'd like to say? It was a great interview, man. I appreciate. Oh, hold on. Overlord Caius. September to April, nigga, not no damn 8 months with your dumb ass. Oh, it is. It is 8 months. Sorry. But you're still dumb for even trying to count it, motherfucker. The fuck? Anyway, anything else you want to say, Joe, as far as the show? Or?
Well, I think it was a good show. I done forgot how much I like doing these shows. It was a good interview. You know, I tell you this, you got the truth from me today. So anybody that wanted to know about the Jehovah Witness religion, I'm not going to sugarcoat some of the things they do, but I'm also not going to say they do things that they don't do to make them look bad. Mm-hmm. See, but I will tell you that they got some flaws. Yes, they got some flaws. It's ran by humans, of course. There's some things that if a person got in that they're going to be shocked about. Yes. But everybody can't do it. But everything is not for everybody, though. Everything is not for everybody. So the thing about it is that even though I believe in God, a lot of people think I don't believe in God. I do believe in God. I'm not naive enough to think that we just fell out of the sky and was just here. Okay. So I know somebody created us. What I don't believe in is all the different ways that people think we should worship this God. That's what I don't believe in. And I know that I choose to believe that he didn't put all this down here to confuse us the way it is, because religion can be confusing. There can be a lot of confusion in religion because one religion can sound, some parts of what they teach you can sound absolutely 100% right. other parts that seem wrong. Then you can run off to a whole other religion, and they can have parts that seem right. So you just do whatever you feel makes you, whatever you feel you want to do. So, but I'm not one of the people that don't believe in God at all. Because a lot of people think that now because I'm not out there with it anymore like I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in God. I just don't believe in religion. You'll never see me attack God. You'll always see me attack the religion.
Mm-hmm.
I'll attack religion because I think it's a bunch of bullshit. But you'll never see me attack God and say there's no God. I won't say that.
Okay.
So that's all I got to say in closing.
All right, so we got to get Joe back on here, man. I'm thankful he came on. He does like to do the rate. Y'all don't know. He sounds like pretty calm right now. He can go in, man. Really, he can go in. We got some class. Y'all haven't seen nothing yet. Thank you for the brothers who donated on Patreon. Thank you for the brothers who have been pushing the show, liking the video. I ain't got time to roast you niggas, and I ain't got something to do. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning here, so you niggas be roasting super chat by your damn self. Yeah, so you niggas, and y'all not even that good. That's the thing, man. Like, every day I cook you. Like, here's this little nigga Sammy Sosa the cat. All right, hold on. Let me look at this nigga real quick. I gotta get him. He been trying to get my attention all night with that Elmer Fudd hat on, nigga. Somebody pull this nigga pictures of Sammy Sosa the cat. Let me look at this motherfucker real quick. I'm gonna get on his ass real quick. I've been noticing, you have these weak ass niggas that come in here and they be trying to get, oh, this nigga actually, let's see if he has a picture up. Let me see. No. Oh my God, this nigga got a picture of a cat with a Jose Cuervo bottle on the damn bed. What dumbass nigga does something like that? Nigga, do you jack off to cat litter boxes or something? I mean, come on, dude. You probably got a lot of pictures of Garfield on a poster, butt naked, nigga, just jacking off a hell of motherfucking peanut butter and jelly on your dick. That's the kind of nigga I'm talking about, man. You don't know what these niggas look like. These niggas come in here, eating hella Snicker bars and grape jelly, nigga, breath stinking. You got a picture of a motherfucking job of a cat with a bottle of Jose Cuervo. That only a nigga with don't get no pussy does that. Only you, nigga. Only you. Here come King Skills again. This nigga got some titties in a motherfucking let me see. You like guy that got a rent-a-sitter shirt on. Hold on. You the only nigga renting shit that's stolen. Nigga renting out free shit like oxygen and shit. Listen, man. Ashton Catcher. I know you a gay stripper, nigga. Put your shirt on. You ain't getting no pussy in an all chat box full of niggas with your gay ass. What nigga comes in here butt ass naked with no shirt, trying to impress other niggas with a backward hat? You old gay porn stud ass nigga. All right, y'all, I gotta go, man. That's all I'm gonna do tonight. Joe, shout out to you.
All right.
All right, man. I'm gonna hit you on Facebook, and you guys, good night, y'all.
All right, bro.